Hello and welcome to another edition of the Red Phoenix Gaming Podcast.
Ooh, you did a little dance this time.
Yeah, you didn't giggle, your usual giggle. I'm
So
surprised.
I think I've become, you know,
Almost immune to it.
yeah,
I'm your host, Derek, and with me as always is the lovely.
Michelle.
And we're going to talk about some gaming news stuff and things that happened over this past week or so for this May 9th, 2015. That's right, Saturday. And this is what, podcast 32?
It is. Still no queso.
Okay, so we'll do it on 52.
Okay.
20 more to go.
Far away. That's far away.
That's okay. We
Maybe
can have queso from now until then. We just can't have it in as like celebratory queso.
got it.
Guitar solo. Explosion. And a little bit of lightning. That's it. All right, we're good. Batman. Let's get it started with some Batman.
Batman.
Spider-Man. Wait a minute. That's
What?
Batman.
Yeah.
A little bit of Arkham Knight Batman. You see that they have come out and shown off some DLC stuff and given you a playable character.
They had to because people were really upset that the season pass was $40. That's like you're pushing like Call of Duty season pass, and people were not having it because they weren't given a lot of information.
I was just gonna say, so Call of Duty comes out with the season pass every year, and it's always $50.
Yep, I didn't buy it this year.
Well, actually, I think this year I got it for 30. It must have been on some deal going on, but anyway,
You got a little package
yeah. But $50 every time. So
for a $65 game. So you're
yes,
paying a ridiculous amount of money.
right, 110, 115 after taxes and whatnot.
Right.
Yeah, nuts. They came out and they're like, look, we know it's a $40 season pass. It's gonna be a $100 game. You're gonna have to spend the $100 if you want the season pass. But then they came out and said, hey, Batgirl confirmed. There's a little nugget for you. If you want to, have Batgirl play as Batgirl, I think she's probably going to be in some of the dual play missions or something. Although
Yeah.
I don't know how she's going to, because we'll get into that in a second. Because they talked about her identity, which is a spoiler, kind of. But yeah, they kind of talked about it, and I don't know if $40 is too much for this game, or if it's just too much in period. I mean, what are your thoughts on DLC?
I think it's a lot of money. I don't know. Call of Duty gives me, 4 maps and some zombies every quarter with my $50. So this, I don't know.
Are you okay with them just giving you 4 maps and some zombies?
No, I want more all the time. I want
I mean, like
all the
some games give you actual DLC, they give you actual campaign, they give you multiplayer, they give you the whole gamut of things. I mean, Mass Effect, I think, which you didn't really play, so we'll go to something you did play. Assassin's Creed gave you DLC. They actually gave it to you this time because they screwed up so badly, but after all their mishaps, they gave you, what was it, the Dead Kings DLC?
Mm-hmm.
And that's, for free, and that gives you a whole nother 2.5 hour or whatever
gameplay.
This
This with Batgirl, it's going to be like a prequel story expansion.
right,
The whole new location in comparison to the game.
right.
Are you
So
about who she is since they released it?
yeah, we'll do a little go away for a second. It's Barbara Gordon for those who
Oh my God,
didn't know.
kid.
But in the game they show her in a wheelchair. So it would have to be some sort of prequel type thing, and then talk about how she became wheelchair ridden.
Or she was in the wheelchair in the prequel, and bam, she's got like a Titanfall suit on.
I'm looking at her picture. She's in spandex, and there's no mechanical anything.
I'm not listening to you anymore. I like my idea.
You guys can come back now from your spoilers. But yeah, so they did say it's going to be some prequel stuff, some sort of expansion, but I don't know if it's going to spill over into the full game, if they could even do it to spill over because of the situation, or whatever the case may be. So we'll see what happens, I guess, right?
Yeah, they're giving you a bunch of other things with it too. Like they're gonna have some new story missions for Batman himself, some stories for his allies that you could play.
Mhm. Mhm.
With, some different skins for Batman and Robin and Nightwing and Catwoman. So I don't know. I guess I would have to see. I don't know. $40 is a lot of money, and I've always said $50 is a lot of money for Call of Duty. But Black Ops 3, I will have it.
What limit do you put on DLC, or is
It's
it based
game
on the game?
based on the game. If Destiny wants to put out $100 DLC, it might absolutely be worth it.
I mean,
You
if
know,
we were playing Destiny,
we will be playing Destiny because they have really good DLC coming out.
yeah, in like a week. You
And even
stoked?
I can't wait. I can't wait. Bye bye Borderlands.
I mean, you spent $40 on that DLC.
I did, and I'm going to continue buying DLC from them. I don't have a problem with it. That's $40. They're going to have another one after that. That's another 20, and then we'll get to it. But in the fall, big things are happening with Destiny. So me, I will continue to pump money into Bungie to play more Destiny.
I understand. So here's my concern. Here's where I'm torn. Torn. Here's where I'm torn. DLC is such a unique idea because they gave you a game and you spend X number of hours on a game. For instance, I play, we'll say Borderlands. You and I picked up Borderlands, the Handsome Jack collection. We played through it. Before we even got the Handsome Jack collection, we played
Like,
through it.
guys,
Yeah,
this
before we even got that, we played through like six
we're
times.
on our third go. So just to let everybody know, our third go of Borderlands Handsome Jack collection.
Don't
Borderlands.
act like you're salty or anything
I'm
here.
not. I love it. I could play Borderlands all day, every day.
But the fact of the matter is, we spent probably 20 hours in that game, and we spent $60 on the game, and we've played basically half the game because we have an entire another campaign to play through,
True.
which we won't get to until after the DLC of Destiny. Now,
Right.
Destiny, on the other hand, we've played probably, I don't know, maybe the same amount of times, 20 to 30, 40 hours, something like that. And their DLC, which we haven't done raids yet, then their DLC is coming out, which we're going to crank through DLC, which doesn't have raids. But it's a matter of, I guess, how much money you spend compared to how much time you put into it. Call of Duty for me wasn't worth the DLC, the season pass this year. I
No.
mean, my wife luckily plays it, so she gets more than my money out of it, but I don't. So,
Yeah, but if you think about it too, like when we played like Modern Warfare 3,
hmm
every single night for a year
yeah,
with an Assassin's Creed game thrown in there, maybe a Gears of War 3 at that time was
yep.
thrown in there. That's 2 weeks of opposite other games, and then bam, right back to Call of Duty every single night, Monday through Sunday, playing Call of Duty. So back then it was worth it, but now we pushed past that so much. And as soon as Destiny came out, I watched it and I was like, oh, maybe I'll play that. And then now that is
Soul
probably
possessed.
that's my top five right there.
Oh yeah.
They're my top five game.
And it's a great game. I'm just saying for a lot of the DLC, you really have to, I guess, look at it and say, is it worth my time? Is it worth my effort? Um, and is it worth my money? Right? I mean,
Right.
that's what it boils down to. So
Absolutely.
I don't know if there's sort of a mathematical formula if you live by that sort of thing, or if it's like, hey, I want to spend $2 for every hour of gameplay, or whatever the kind of combination you have. If you limit it to that, you probably won't get it.
Right.
Most of the DLCs are like 2 3 hours, so unless you're paying like $5 for them, you're probably going to be disappointed. But in DLC for Destiny and stuff, we have so much replayability, so much playing through it multiple times that it makes sense.
Yeah.
Just same thing with Borderlands, it makes sense.
Yeah. And even with this next Call of Duty, I will most likely pick up the DLC for this because zombies is my
Yeah.
favorite thing. And so I want all the zombie maps. So I will probably grab, I didn't even really think about DLC for Call of Duty Ghosts, but this one I'll get it. because zombies.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that you got to get it. I mean, we don't, but you do.
We do. And
That's
that means you do.
right. I know. Twice.
Yeah, 2 times.
Great.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Okay.
All right, moving on to the next topic. I love kung fu.
I love Kung Fu. I love Kung Fu. Have you ever seen Kung Fu Hustle?
No,
Great movie.
it
Definitely
came out
should.
in like 1974. So
75.
like when you were 25 or so.
Not really, but seriously, that is one of my favorite movies.
One of my favorite movies is Kung Fu Panda.
It's a great movie. I love those movies.
All right, it's not really one of my favorite movies, but it is a great animated movie, and they're coming out with a brawler for Kung Fu Panda for the
Neat.
Xbox One and PS4.
Is it like Super Smash Brothers, but for Kung Fu Panda?
It looks a lot closer to like I'll say Mortal Kombat-ish.
Yeah. So you're
Uh,
fighting,
yeah, like it's like a head-to-head type thing.
fighting. Okay.
But it's Kung Fu Panda based.
I'm down with that.
I don't know if I'll get this, but it's an interesting idea. It's definitely, I think, angled towards the younger generation. Looks pretty cool, but I don't think it's gonna be
For
like,
you. You're not going
yeah,
to be DLC for it.
I'm not gonna be getting the DLC for it. The DLC I will be getting, that's a lie. I will never get DLC for Madden, but let's talk about some Madden.
Let's talk about some Madden. Madden, what, 16? That'll be the next one.
16. Yep. They're already talking about the cover finalists. And in lieu of all the Deflategate stuff going on, which if you want to talk about, we can talk about Tom Brady. Um,
Tom Brady.
but one of his teammates are one of the finalists for the Madden 16 cover.
Yeah?
And it's Rob Gronkowski.
Okay. All right.
Uh, our Buffalo boy.
He's from here.
He's from here. Williamsville? Orchard Park? Somewhere around there?
That way. He's
Clarence?
South Towns.
Southtowns. But he's from Buffalo, and he plays as Buffalo's rival. And what are you gonna do? But he's a finalist, so that's cool for him. So is Patrick Peterson, Odell Beckham, and Antonio Brown. Who do you have on the cover?
Not Rob Gronkowski.
Yeah, pick one of the other three then.
I would go with Odell Beckham Jr.
That's actually a really good choice.
I know. That's why I picked it.
I figure it's either going to be him or Gronk. I know that it's blasphemous for a Bills fan to say anything good about a Patriots player, but
I'm out with the Patriots right now.
you should be. They
I am.
cheated.
They're cheater faces. Did we talk about this? We talked about it. Cheater faces. Deflategate. He's
Yeah.
a cheater. Shame on you.
Well, he's gonna hopefully see a suspension.
Hopefully
Sorry,
next
all you.
they will put down the ban hammer,
Hopefully.
but the suspension hammer and suspend him. And I feel they should take away his MVP trophy from him this year because I don't think he should have got it in the first place.
I don't think
Without-
they should have been in the Super Bowl,
Me either.
but what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
But
They
put
won.
in a corner, sit in timeout.
Put a little asterisk by it.
Yeah. They did that. They did that for a positive thing, though. Didn't they in baseball?
Positive.
Too. They used an asterisk.
Yeah,
because
no, it's not a positive thing though. That was because he was on steroids.
No, it's not steroids. I'm talking about the player. No. We're not talking about the same thing.
Hold on.
No. All right. Now, you don't know what you're talking about. I watched the movie. It was an HBO documentary.
Barry Bonds, asterisk.
I'm not talking about Barry Bonds, though.
Steroids. Boom.
No, it wasn't Barry Bonds, though. It was somebody else who beat, like, Babe Ruth's.
Barry Bonds.
It's not Barry Bonds.
He beat Babe Ruth and Hank Aaron's home run record, and with 756, and they have an asterisk. Look it up. Look it up. Look it up. Look it up. Look it up.
I think I'm right about this, though.
I
think
know
it's
I'm right.
situation. Or is it 61? It was an HBO movie. about.
62 or 42 is what you're thinking of, but that's not an asterisk.
Are you
42 is
sure?
Jackie Robinson. Absolutely positive. That was actually a really good movie too.
I'm gonna write it down and be like, hey, I'm gonna look into this and I'm gonna have more about it next week because I know what I'm talking about. I just can't remember because it was so long ago.
I
You
believe you.
probably, it was probably
Totally
like
believe.
right after HBO was invented that the movie came out.
So the
It's
same time you were
definitely
born.
not Barry Bonds. Definitely not Barry Bonds.
Totally very bad.
All right, moving on. I went off on a tangent. I apologize.
So speaking of EA, since we were just talking about Madden, let's talk about some Battlefield Hardline.
Oh,
And
I'm so excited. We should
what?
play that tomorrow.
That's fine. We can totally go play that after I.
We're not gonna do that.
No, I gotta find a new Xbox to do that.
He's not gonna let me play that anymore. Made me buy it for the Xbox, and we
Don't
won't.
mumble. People can't hear you.
It's so good.
Uh, so my question for you, or what is your thought process on Hardline having 80% of the sales be on current gen, as in Xbox One or PS4 consoles? What are your thoughts?
I don't know what
80%
of their sales were all
of their
next
sales.
gen.
We're all, well, technically current gen, but yeah, next gen
20% of the people are using old stuff, and they should buy new stuff.
or PC.
Or P-
So my thought is we don't need to make anything for Xbox 360 anymore, and we can just trash those systems, right?
no, no.
Why
Because
not?
I like to have a throwback and play some Gears of War
No, I mean
3.
like we can keep them, but I'm saying like there's no reason for development to continue on those
No,
systems.
don't make any more Xbox 360 games, please.
Focus on your Xbox One games
Right.
and your PS4 games,
And then yeah, absolutely.
and
There's
then
no
we'll buy those.
reason. I think it's time to they're phasing out. There's not that many games that are being made for that anymore.
Yeah.
So I think it's a slow process. Like I think it'll be sad for people who don't have one of the newer ones, but it is what it is.
They'll probably be sad, but I think it's gonna happen no matter what. And unfortunately, if it happens now, then they gave you a year of combining both systems, combining making two sets of games and everything. And now they don't have to, and they can focus on one and come out with the best possible game.
Right.
I think that's where you leave it.
I,
Coming
I
from a guy who has both systems, so
all systems. You have all of the systems.
not all of them. I don't have a PS3, but pretty close.
I used to have one. I don't have one anymore.
I'll buy one eventually, I'm sure.
Well,
Continuing with the
it's
E3.
free on your PlayStation 4.
Well, yeah, but who wants to play ports? I want the
Can't
actual.
be satisfied.
No, can't. Absolutely not.
All right. Moving on.
Uh, Sticking with the EA aspect of things. So, Star Wars Battlefront, with it being Star Wars Day on the 4th, may the 4th be with you.
Fourth with you.
Um, Battlefront has come out and said they're going to have 12 multiplayer maps at launch.
That makes me very happy.
You're okay with 12?
I'm okay with 12 to start with. That means they took their time. Are you not
Hopefully.
that?
Well, I don't know. I have thoughts on
Let's
it.
ask this question. How much are they selling this for? Is it going to be 65?
Yeah, it'll be $60 game.
12 maps for multiplayer. And then
It,
there's a kind of a multiplayer
it's co-op.
co-op thingy.
Yeah, there's no single player in this one, remember. So it's strictly co-op. Um, I guess I'm okay if they're like Battlefield's maps where they're giant,
Yeah.
because Battlefield's maps usually played as like two maps in one or three maps in one kind of thing. So like I guess it would average out to like 24 maps, and I'm okay with 24 maps. Getting something for nothing, I guess. But the idea of only having 12 maps, I feel like that's not a lot.
I just want to fly the Millennium Falcon.
Of course you do.
I don't really have any other. I don't care. Doesn't matter.
She's like, I don't care about anything else. Just let me fly the Millennium Falcon.
Yes, please and thank you.
Did you see that there's also they're not gonna have iron sights? in
This
Star
bothers
Wars.
me. Not only do I like starting a gun with iron sights, on some most not most, but some of my guns I prefer only using iron sights on them. Like I
Yeah,
don't use the scope on some of my guns at all. I just use that. So that kind of annoys me.
yeah. I don't really know what they're going to do. If it's just going to be like hip fire, but the reticle's going to get smaller, or if it's going to matter at all if you aim or not on some guns. I would imagine it is, but uh, it, I don't know. It still seems like if you're firing from the hip, it's not going to be very. Um, you're not going to be very accurate.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
So I don't know. I don't know if they're doing it on purpose or not. I mean, some they said some weapons are going to have scopes, but there's going to be no iron sights. So like,
You're
you
just gonna have
guess,
a pistol with just a pistol. Like,
yeah, but you're like shooting from your hip. It's not even like you're aim. You know what I mean? Like, you're not bringing it up to your face. You're.
or maybe they have the mechanics down so well that you don't even need it. So we'll see.
We can only hope on that point.
Well,
I
there
mean,
is
I
going to
really
be
hope.
ATST that you can play with.
Yeah, and that's the positive. You can still do. You can still play as the ATST.
And
I'm really excited. The Millennium Falcon.
oh, that's so excited.
Uh, let's change gears here a little bit because I know we've been talking about a lot of EA here. A little bit of Nintendo, huh? Nintendo.
Nintendo and their amiibo shortage.
Yeah, did you see they apologized for this?
That's sad. It's not really even their fault.
No, not really. Do you think that it really matters? Um, like what they ship out, or if they meet our expectations, or do you think that they should leave it as this, like,
You have to kind of wait till it's available.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
Really,
like,
shortage just has a lot to do with this West Coast labor dispute that is happening. So it's not even on them. But I mean, I don't have an iWatch right now, and that's because they're not available for me to pick up in the store and put on.
this is
So, and I have to patiently wait. So you know what? If you can't get your gold Mario, wait, just like everybody else. Or why don't you order it online? And then when they are available, it can be shipped to you. How
so when
come
you get your iWatch, are you gonna be walking around like one of those people with your hand
this?
in the?
It out
Yes.
my face? No.
And just be like, this is what I have.
I will. How you doing? How's
That's
it
right.
going?
I'm texting my friends with my iWatch. What's up?
Hello. No, but you know what I'm saying? Like there are certain things you have to wait for.
Right. No,
So
I
I don't know.
understand.
It's just I don't know, and it's not Nintendo's fault. So I don't. I think it was nice that they apologized
I don't
for
think it
something they
matters.
have.
Right. I don't think it matters necessarily if they apologize or not. The amiibo thing is whatever in my mind. It's just like, what are you gonna do?
And
Um,
every time I walk into like Toys R Us or any of those, there is an excessive amount of amiibos. So
yeah.
I don't see a shortage in the stores around me. So I don't know. I don't know what people are looking for either. But it's okay. They'll be all right. You'll be all right.
The amiibo craze reminds me of the Thai Beanie Baby craze,
Oh, yeah.
where like everybody wanted these Beanie Babies, and now nobody cares.
I
That's what it
worked
reminds me of.
I worked in a craft store that sold those. And when the doors would open on a weekend and we had those advertised and we had them in these giant bins up in front, these people were crazy. Crazy.
I don't want to talk about it because I was one of those people.
I worked there, so I got to pick through and pick what I wanted.
Did you get any Princess Diana bears?
Sure did. I have one. You
You
want me
should
to
see
go
if
get
it's
it?
worth some money.
It's not. Somebody put it online for an excessive amount of money, and it won't even reach that. I think that somebody sold one for like, I don't even remember, but it was very small amount of money. But somebody put it up there for like, I don't know, like,
$75,000.
yeah, how many bids? Zero. Yeah, no bids. Nobody, it's not that hard. I can go in my closet and go get mine. It's not a big deal. I have lots of the bears. I
Yeah,
have
I
a
do too.
dead bear. You know what I mean? Like just because I loved teddy bears, so I didn't collect them because I thought they would be worth anything. They're stuffed animals. They're in my kid's closet.
Well, I was the same way. I actually, I had, so I had these, a bunch of them, put them in cases, saved the
This is so
cases.
embarrassing. You
Oh
had
my
the
God.
cases.
Worst part is, I was like 6, 7. So me as a 7-year-old, instead of playing with these stuffed animal beanbag toys that I got, put them in cases and like didn't touch them, didn't want them to get ruined, so that someday I could sell them for a lot of money.
This is
Uh,
upsetting to me because you are like a toddler and I'm telling and when they first came out and I'm talking about how like I was working at a job. It's so sad.
well, that's what happens when you're getting ready to retire and I'm
But
buying Beanie Babies.
that just proves that there's only a 10-year difference between our ages. Smart mouth.
10,
10 years.
more like 40.
Punch you.
All right, Mortal Kombat time.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat. Let's
Mortal Kombat. I'm sorry. So, Mortal Kombat came out.
They had a patch
They had a patch,
for PC edition.
and you should absolutely not.
Don't do it. Don't
Don't.
do that. It's so bad that they took it off.
Well, what was it? What was actually happening, Michelle? I'll let you tell our listeners.
You would download this patch and it was supposed to fix stuff and things. And then they would go in and all of their save data disappeared magically. That's a horrible
Everything.
patch. Nothing. You've lost everything.
And they're like, "Well, we're gonna do whatever we can to make this better. We're gonna fix this. Like, what could you possibly do to fix that? If somebody put in 30 hours of gameplay and everything's gone,
I don't know, man. I don't know.
what would be okay for you?
I don't know.
I,
I don't know.
my money back. That's what
Yeah.
I would say.
Can I get a refund or can I have like like a really strong bad guy or give me a special edition person? I'll take that with special magic powers.
I want all $50 back, and I'm never playing your game again.
Yeah, that's
That's what I
pretty
would
bad.
say. Like, I
They caught it and then they pulled it, but not until people were like, "Oh, where's all my data?"
yeah,
Not.
and
I'd be furious. I'd be so devastated.
absolutely livid. I can't even.
Unless I loved Mortal Kombat the way that I love Destiny, it would be over.
Oh my
I
god.
think that, I almost thought I lost the Destiny gun and like I hyperventilated for a second because that was my favorite gun and I just didn't have it loaded and I was really upset for a minute because I couldn't get that back. You can't dupe a gun in Destiny like you can in, the other game.
Wow. Telling everyone your secrets on how you get all those good guns.
I need that grenade, by the way.
Oh, wow. All these demands? Oh my goodness. Uh, Speaking of PC, we'll continue with the PC track. Modders. People are saying they should be able to make some money if they do mods.
I think that I don't know. I think that there should be people who make mods that they want to make money, and then the people that make mods to do it for fun and want to give it away for free. I think if you put time, money, and effort into making something and you want to sell it, I think you absolutely should. And then I think you should also have the people who want to do it just for fun to be allowed to give it away for free.
I like the idea of a Patreon. I like the idea of a donation button where if you buy a mod, you play it, and you're like, wow, this mod's good. I wish a guy would send out more stuff. You can pay that guy for the mod. And
I
then
love
just give him, like, however much you want.
I love that. And then they can make it bigger, better, make a brand new one because they have money.
Yep.
I don't
Yep.
know.
And it, I feel like it's way more complicated than it has to be. I know that with Valve's situation, they wanted to do it because they take 30% of the initial spend, and then Bethesda wanted to take an additional, what was it, like 40% on top of that?
Yeah.
Doesn't leave you with a whole lot afterwards.
Oh.
But if they were able to put it on something where even if Steam still got a percentage of it, say a smaller percentage, uh, and you had like a donate here button,
Yeah, they throw them $5, throw them $10, throw them $20.
right?
Because like it and you want to support it.
And Valve houses their stuff, so even Valve can take a 10% cut or something like that. It makes sense. I don't know why it's so
That's a good
difficult.
idea. You should write that down and then send that to them in an email and say you'll take 5% of that idea.
Okay, hold on, give me 1 second. Valve, I have an idea. Email me back. Done.
PS Portal 2 again, please.
Well, Portal
Yep.
3.
Not
Oh,
2, like also.
oh, Portal as well, yes. Or you could just play some pinball.
No. No.
For everyone who can't see this face, it's the face of disgust and disappointment right here.
It is so mean. So there was this little blurb about another Portal. Portal's the greatest game ever. Ever. Portal 2 is the greatest game ever, ever, ever. It's one of my that's in my top 5.
I mean, it's up there. It's not maybe the greatest game ever, but
Not
like,
ever, but it's in my top 5.
yeah,
Everybody knows 3 of my top 5s.
yeah.
Yeah. So there's this like noise about Portal, and you're like, oh my gosh, Portal 3 finally. And it's a pinball game. A pinball game.
I
Virtual pinball game where you throw a pinball through portals to. It's dumb and it's mean.
So yes, they teased that there's going to be Portal game. Portal Pinball comes out. I'm pretty frustrated that Portal Pinball is a thing. But what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna not get it because I don't want it, and I want Portal 3.
Well, and then the other thing is they said, well, that's okay because not only is Pinball coming out, but another Portal game's coming out, and you're like, yes, and then you find out it's Lego Dimensions, and you're like,
I don't want that either.
you're like, what is this? And they're like, oh yeah, it's just like blank, only with Legos, just like Disney Infinity, only with Legos. And I'm just sitting there like, you're kidding me. Give me real Portal.
Yeah, I want real Portal. We should do a throwback and play some Portal 2.
We absolutely should.
Please. That should be next week's video, by the way. Or this week's, unless you didn't do anything.
Wow, you're acting like I didn't do anything.
He didn't do anything.
Hold on 1 second.
He did.
Hold on, I'm playing right now while we're talking. I'm just kidding.
It was very sad for me that I learned that it's something completely not what I thought it was going to be, and I don't want any part of it, so I'm not going to buy it.
I'm not either. I refuse.
Take that, Valve, with all your Steam money.
The problem there is Valve doesn't need to make anything else game-wise.
No, but I would throw my money at them if they made another Portal.
A lot of people would.
Me and you and everybody else that's really upset about Pinball Portal.
Yeah, I mean, there are a ton of people who want Valve to make that, to make Half-Life, right? Half-Life?
Half-Life 3
Yeah,
would it
3.
be, I think?
Yeah. And really just to make whatever, like a bunch of games that they don't need to make anymore. They don't need to make a 3 anything because they're making so much money with Steam. What do you, like, that's where it's at. So there's not a whole lot that they need to do.
You guys stink.
Yeah. Michelle, you ready to upgrade your PC?
No, it's fine. It's brand new.
Oh, well, never mind then. Because if you did, you could spend $600 on a graphics card and get 2 games for free.
I would not spend $600 on a graphics card, I don't think.
You could spend $330 on a graphics card and still get 2 games for free.
That's closer to what we spent, I think, on our graphics card.
And
what games that they're giving away?
Witcher 3 and Batman Arkham Knight.
Oh.
Good games, right?
Pretty good games.
I think all of
that kind of graphics card to play Witcher 3 though.
Yeah. Like
they won't give it away for the smaller ones.
Exactly. They're like, well, you need to spend this much money for it to run decent. So
so you may as well just get the bigger one.
That's right. But as like extras go or incentives go, that's pretty good. I mean, these games are brand new. One comes out like 11 days from now, and the other one comes out in a month.
Yeah.
So if you're in the market for upgrading, that's actually a really decent thing, seeing as how it's 120 bucks for those games, especially
Yeah.
if you're going to buy the games anyway,
And they're good games.
right? Well,
And even if you weren't interested in the games, NVIDIA has a really good graphics card. So
yeah, the GeForce 980 or 970, um, they're pretty sick. So get up on that.
do it. Do it. You won't.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5
I've heard
officially
that.
revealed.
Heard that. Heard that already.
Oh,
Somewhere at a party.
no, officially revealed.
Oh,
Officially.
but somebody said it before.
Yeah, caterers. It's okay. I literally, it was like blurb, hey, by the way, Tony Hawk. All right. Once it gets here, we can get excited. Throw it in the trash.
Yeah.
Sorry, not the trash.
That game. I don't like skateboard games.
Throw it in the recycling bin.
Right.
Titanfall 2.
Jeez.
Oh, don't roll your eyes.
I'll be in a nursing home by the time that comes out.
No, 2016. We got 2016 is going to be a big year. We already have Titanfall 2 saying it's going to come out that year, Mirror's Edge coming out that year, and Plants vs Zombies, who no one cares about.
There will also be a Call of Duty
Well, yeah.
in November, probably of 2016, most likely.
Along with like every game that comes out every year.
Better
But
Gears of War. Do you hear me,
hopefully
Roger?
Gears of War comes out this year.
I feel like they're gonna fail us.
They will. It's okay.
All right, so Titanfall 2016.
Yep.
All right,
Mirror's Edge 2.
that was a pretty good game.
And then Plants vs Zombies, which are...
There's lots of Plants vs Zombies game. I will never buy another one. Too stressful.
You know what else you can't ever buy and or download again?
What?
PT,
Oh my gosh.
which we did talk about last week.
We did. The
But
playable trailer or playable teaser or trailer?
teaser.
Playable teaser of Silent Hill. So even if you like loaded it and didn't download it, even if you have it loaded, they won't let you download it either?
Yep. If you have had it on your machine and you took it off your machine initially, they said, oh yeah, you can download it again. No, you cannot download it. If you go into the PlayStation library and you go to download it again, you get a can't download. If you had it on your machine, you took it off your machine, you can't download. You can't even find it if you never had it on your machine. And to make matters more weird, eBay has taken people's PT PS4s off of their site because they don't want people selling PT.
That's a little creepy now that they're
Right?
getting their hands in that.
So,
I'm comfortable now.
yeah, like initially it was just like, all right, so something's happening. We don't really know what. It's kind of sketch, but it's okay. And slowly it's like they're trying to basically erase Kojima from
I know.
anything.
That's what's happening.
I'm waiting for them to take like ground zeros and just like as I'm playing it right now and just like wipe it out.
I want to
Like,
go. I want to like go into find him. I want to go be like, hey, because he doesn't even Instagram his food anymore.
nope.
So look at all of his food Instagrams. He's not doing that.
Nope.
This is really uncomfortable for me.
I hope he's not in a basement.
Oh my gosh, could you imagine?
It'd be awful.
Maybe he's at Silent Hill.
That's why he's not doing anything, because he's there.
My gosh, he's so into his work.
That's right.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's creepiness.
Oh, don't do it.
Oh my gosh.
Moving on to some other unhappy-ish news. Dropping the ban hammer, GTA 5 for mods.
Oh yeah, they did an update, right?
Yeah, they basically flat out they changed all of their terms of service so that you can't mod, and if you do mod, you're in a cheater pool, and all you can do is use single player stuff. But there's people that have said they they've used some single player modifications and got banned for it, which the company came out said, that wasn't intentional. You should not be banned for being single player. You only be banned for using multiplayer stuff. So it's good that they're doing this, I feel, but at the same time, it's kind of sucky that they have to take these precautions.
Yeah.
I mean, I get why they don't want somebody to have an unfair advantage compared to somebody else, but like some people do it to make it easier for them to see things. Some people do it like for a legitimate reason, and Rockstar's like, sorry, you cheat, you're gone, banhammer.
Well, maybe they can send that legitimate reason to Rockstar and be like, "Hey, this is why I did this." And then maybe somebody can I would be more than happy to filter through those for you guys, and I can be on your payroll. That would be my job.
So I tend to say that I agree with that, but you're gonna get people who are like, yeah, let me just go get you a doctor's note that says that I need this, and go get some fake doctor's note.
I have superpowers. I would know if it's real or fake.
I mean,
It's true.
I mean,
It's true.
okay. Destiny. Let's talk about Destiny. I know you've been waiting for it all night.
Destiny. New gun.
Not only new gun, new weapon type.
Oh, it's a sidearm.
You got a pistol.
I watched it.
Not a hand cannon, but a pistol.
No, it's a pistol.
Is this good or bad? Does it matter?
Amazing. I want to use it.
Let's get it.
I've been picking up pistols in
Borderlands?
thank you. And even, sniper rifles. I've been using guns that I know that are way out of my comfort zone recently. So, and then I watched the video of this and I'm so excited.
That brain turns into mush in your old age.
Just take a break and I'm going to drive to your house.
Oh my gosh, don't do that. We gotta finish this. It's okay because we're almost done. You can drive after we finish.
All right. I'll bring queso and then I'll.
Oh, perfect. Woo! Queso. No, stop.
Oh.
None of that. So Destiny trademarked the Taken King. What is this for? Why did they trademark it?
Because, first of all, do people just sit around and watch new trademarks go up?
They have to. Somebody has to be able to do that.
Like, I feel like people just sit there and watch applications for trademarks and look for keywords like this. I think this is going to be a big deal.
Is it going to be DLC? I mean, they say it's major content release, quote unquoted, and it's supposed to be coming in the fall. Is this going to be DLC or is this going to be like Destiny 2, The Taken King?
I think it's all DLC.
So they're just going to add on to what they already have?
Forever.
Who could the Taken King be?
Jon Snow.
No, stop it.
Mic drop. Yes.
No mic drop. So yeah, fall expansion. It's gonna be one of their bigger expansions. The Taken King. I mean, I don't know who or even what faction it could really follow.
Well, we still have 2 more DLCs to get through, right?
It's just House of Wolves.
Oh, that's the only one? I thought there was one after that.
I think it's just House of Wolves. I think it was Dark Below and House of Wolves were the initial ones, and because Destiny got so big, they're doing a third one, which is the Taken King.
So maybe in House of Wolves we'll find out.
Hopefully.
I hope so.
Hopefully they'll set it up, and maybe that's the reason they're not doing a raid in this one, because they're setting up for the Taken King to come out. I feel like Destiny is morphing into the MMO we want it to be. I mean, they've finally reached, I should say finally, they've reached 20 million registered players when they tease this DLC. So like, it's turning into this MMO, this cult following, but not really because it's huge, of like a first-person MMO that we really wanted to see. Initially,
That's World of Warcraft, which I could never get into.
exactly. Like initially when we talked about, it, we're like, can it really get that big? But It has, and
too.
yeah, and the DLC that they've been pushing is just going to continue that growth.
Yeah, and they know if they keep putting it out, we're gonna keep buying it. I'm
Yeah,
gonna keep buying it. You have my money
she's
already.
going to keep buying it.
So is he.
I will not. I refuse. That's not true. I will absolutely buy it.
Of course.
You've heard it here first. Confirmed. Half-Life 3. I confirmed.
Liar. Liar face.
All right, last thing I got here. Let's end it with a mic drop. New Assassin's Creed reveal coming next week.
Tuesday, May 12th, 9 o'clock Pacific time.
Are you excited
No.
or no? Okay. Not excited. You
I
heard it
am.
here first.
I'm always excited. Like, I love this franchise so much, but I was so deflated with the last two. The last one was better than the one before that.
I
But
can't believe you just said that. Gameplay-wise, Black Flag
gameplay
was
was
so much better.
you're absolutely right. Oh wait, I missed Black Flag. I apologize. I was thinking Connor.
Oh, yeah. Black Flag, yeah, I know you didn't like Assassin's 3. It was fine.
Played better than this last one. So
Yeah.
I'm just a little deflated after the last one with so many issues, technical problems. I just hope they put out a really good quality game.
Will you pre-order after Unity's failure?
Honestly,
Yeah.
it will depend on what incentives they give me.
Wow, Mrs. Non-incentives,
Right?
I don't need incentives to pre-order a game. That's what you come with.
That's right. Do you know why? Because I think part of me would rather just kind of sit back and see what everybody says. Luckily, like you have a place like IGN and them that play it first.
Yeah.
And they can put their feedback. So I'm going to be all over those websites of these people playing it.
And
Anybody would like to send me a copy for me to review on this YouTube page for Drew to watch, I would be more than happy to do that. But I think this might be one because I've always pre-ordered, always. Yep. And I think this might be one I would have to sit back for.
And you already know that I'm going to pre-order it, whether it's good or bad, because this is their last chance for me. So if you don't end up pre-ordering it, you could always share play with me until
an hour a day.
Yep, until you make up your mind on what you want to do.
Yeah, maybe we'll do that.
Well, can't wait for the 12th. Let's see what happens.
It might change my mind. Like I might be like, this is the greatest thing ever.
Hopefully. I mean,
maybe
that's the goal.
Desmond Miles, or Ezio Auditore, and then I'd be sold. You give me an Ezio game again, I'm gonna buy all of it. All of it. Yeah, you give me any game with Ezio DLC, I will pay for it. That you wanted me to pre-order, that's how we do it.
I'm not even gonna spoil the spoiler, but they can't go with that storyline, either of those storylines anymore.
It can happen.
It can't happen. Literally cannot happen.
I don't want to talk to you anymore.
All right. Thank you all for listening / watching. Make sure you check out the rest of our YouTube videos. Check out the entire playlist here if you have a free, 48 hours. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and the website. And check us out. That. Hey, hold on. Check us out in Roanoke. Radio Free Roanoke. That's right.
Station we're on. I love
That's
that.
right. All right. Now.
Hashtag bye.